There is a thin, striped shape moving through your garden bed right now, and your first instinct has probably been to grab the nearest shovel. It looks fast. It looks like every other snake you've been taught to fear, a problem waiting for a quick strike before your kids get too close to it. But underneath that instinct is one of the most successful, most misunderstood predators on the entire continent, common enough that some herpetologists consider it one of the best natural pest controllers you could ever host in your yard for free. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the snake you are about to kill might be the reason your garden isn't overrun with slugs. This is a garter snake, part of the genus Thamnophis, found in nearly every state and province across North America. Several species exist under this name, including the common garter snake, known for the three pale stripes running the length of its body, and the checkered garter snake, which trades those stripes for a bold blocky pattern instead. Unlike the snakes most people fear, garter snakes don't deliver a medically dangerous bite, don't hunt in ambush from hidden coils, and don't rely on venom potent enough to threaten a person. Each one spends its entire life moving, hunting actively across open ground, rather than waiting motionless for something to wander close, and that single fact changes everything about how this animal actually behaves. Their bodies reflect that lifestyle. Slim, quick, built for covering ground rather than ambushing from a single hidden spot, with those long stripes doing more work than most people realize. When a garter snake moves fast through grass, the stripes blur its outline instead of its shape, making speed far harder to track visually than a solid single-color body would allow, a trick that keeps a fast-moving animal from standing out even in short, thin cover. Before we go further, let's destroy the biggest myth standing between you and understanding what's actually moving through your garden. Myth number 1. All snakes with fangs and venom are dangerous to humans. This is where garter snakes break the pattern completely. They do produce a mild venom, delivered through grooved rear teeth rather than hollow fangs, built specifically to subdue small prey like slugs and worms. On a person, that venom typically causes nothing worse than minor redness or itching, comparable to a mosquito bite that lingers a little longer than usual. Myth number 2. If a snake sprays a foul odor at you, that means it's aggressive and about to attack. It isn't. That smell is a defensive musk released purely to make a predator lose interest, the exact opposite of an attack signal, and it's usually the last thing a garter snake does before fleeing, not before striking. Myth number 3. This is just a random garden pest with nothing worth knowing about it. In reality, what's moving through your flower bed is one of the more remarkable survival stories in the reptile world. The garter snake is a generalist hunter, and that single trait is the entire reason it's found in more backyards across this continent than any other snake alive. Before we go further, if this is already changing how you see the striped snake sliding through your garden, hit that subscribe button right now. We cover the hidden science behind everyday nature every single week. And drop a comment below. Have you ever found a garter snake in your yard and wondered what it was actually doing there? Now, here's the detail that should change how you feel about this animal completely. What does a garter snake actually target when it hunts through your garden beds? Researchers studying Thamnophis diets have found something remarkable. These snakes show a strong, well-documented preference for exactly the pests that damage a garden the most: slugs, snails, earthworms, grasshoppers, and the soft-bodied grubs hiding just beneath the soil surface. In studies conducted across multiple regions, garter snake stomachs have been found packed almost entirely with slugs and grubs during peak growing season, exactly the same pests responsible for shredded lettuce leaves and chewed through root systems. A single garter snake can work through dozens of these pests across one summer alone, quietly patrolling the same mulch beds and garden borders you've been defending all season. And the way it hunts is almost too efficient to believe. Unlike a snake that waits motionless for prey to wander close, a garter snake actively tracks scent trails through leaf litter and damp soil, tongue flicking constantly, following the exact chemical signature slugs and worms leave behind as they move. It doesn't wait for a meal to arrive. It goes out and finds one night after night across the same territory. Here's something else worth knowing. Garter snake populations don't stay scattered and thin the way you might expect. In parts of Manitoba, herpetologists have documented tens of thousands of garter snakes emerging together from a single network of limestone dens each spring, one of the largest concentrations of snakes recorded anywhere on Earth. It's a small detail, but it means the snake sliding through your garden likely belongs to a population far larger and more established than you ever assumed, one that's been using the same overwintering sites, sometimes the same rock crevices and building foundations, for generations before your house was ever built. So, what does all of this actually mean for your garden beds, your mulch piles, or the damp corners along your foundation? Exactly the places slugs and grubs prefer to hide. It means the garter snake isn't a passive presence in your yard. It's performing targeted pest control on the exact organisms doing the most quiet damage to your plants, and it's doing that work in the exact locations no spray reaches reliably and no trap catches consistently. It doesn't just reduce slug populations, it actively removes them one by one, night after night, moving through the same beds you've been treating with pellets and powders, working the same ground your slug bait was already covering, except for free and without any risk to pets or groundwater. There's one more thing worth knowing if you've ever wondered why some gardens seem to fight off slug damage better than others without any obvious explanation. Healthy garter snake populations are frequently the quiet reason behind it. An entire predator network working beneath the surface of what looks like ordinary garden soil, collected and maintained with more consistency than any manual pest patrol could manage. Garter snakes carry one more advantage almost nobody expects. In regions where winters regularly drop below freezing, certain populations survive by partially freezing their own blood, tolerating ice crystals forming inside their bodies during brumation, then thawing out completely unharmed once spring arrives. Most reptiles die from that exact process. Garter snakes have evolved around it entirely, which is part of why they're found from the swamps of Florida to the cold edges of Canada, a range almost no other snake genus on this continent can match. There's something else about garter snakes that catches most people off guard. Unlike the majority of snake species, which lay eggs and leave, garter snakes give birth to fully formed live young, sometimes producing broods of 20, 40, or in rare cases more than 80 babies in a single litter. Each newborn arrives already independent, already hunting slugs and worms within days, with no parental care required and no nest to defend, which is a large part of why a single healthy female can influence pest populations across an entire yard within her first season alone. So here's the big picture. The garter snake moving through your garden isn't a threat waiting to strike, and it isn't a problem waiting for a shovel. It's a solution, an active, constantly moving predator quietly stocked with exactly the instincts needed to hunt down the slugs, grubs, and worms doing damage in the exact places you've been struggling to protect. If you see one moving through your yard, the right move is to leave it completely alone. Step back, let it continue on its path, and let it keep doing work that would otherwise cost you time, money, or a garden full of chewed leaves. It'll finish its patrol, retreat somewhere shaded once the heat of the day sets in, and return again after dark without ever needing an invitation. Here's the thing worth sitting with. We've spent generations reaching for a shovel the moment something long and striped moves through the grass, destroying a process that's been quietly protecting gardens for longer than most of us can imagine, all because a fast-moving shape looks like nothing more than danger that needed handling. The next time you see one of these snakes sliding along your fence line or beneath a garden bed, resist the urge to reach for anything sharp. It's very likely doing exactly what you'd want done anyway, hunting the exact pests you'd never want thriving in your soil and doing it for free, one slug at a time, without a single chemical, spray, or trap involved. If this changed the way you look at the striped shape you've been chasing out of your garden, subscribe, because that's exactly what this channel is about, the hidden truth behind the things you walk past every single day. Drop a comment right now. Have you ever found one of these snakes in your yard and wondered what it was actually there for? I read every single one.